Hi, this is Varuna from TechView.me, and this is a report and quick hands-on on the LG G3 that was recently launched this month in the Middle East. The G3 was globally announced less than a month ago in London and has now been unveiled in Dubai or UAE. The G3 has all the high-end specs that make it a flagship device for LG. Now the G2 was announced exactly 9 months ago for AED 2399. Has much changed since the G2? LG had an event here in Dubai to showcase the G3. Let's see what they did.
Now I would like to introduce the President of LG Electronics, Mr. D.Y. Please welcome Mr. D.Y.
We introduced the LG G3, the phone that will redefine the definition of a global smartphone. Just like its predecessor, the LG G2. This LG G3 is the result of thousands of hours of research and development. The most innovative aspect of this LG G3 is the display. Can you see? With 5.5 inch Full HD display. 27.3 inch, which is the lightest phone performance. This is the 5.5 inches phone. Right? If you see the total size of the phone, can compare for the S5 size. So it is a 1 grid can do it.
The G3 has all the high-end specs that make it a smartphone at the top. It's less than 9mm in thickness and has a screen that barely has any bezels, with an insane pixel density of 534 ppi. The G3 is powered by a 2.3 GHz Snapdragon 801 quad-core processor with a strange arrangement of storage versus RAM. The 32GB storage comes with 3GB of RAM, while the 16GB of storage comes with 2GB of RAM. Hardware aside, there's some neat things that LG has done on the software. You can take a selfie by doing a hand gesture, and that's really fun. Now the fact is, competing and selling phones has become harder than it ever was in the region. LG made sure to make a few competition comparisons in the presentation with us.
If we compare my friend's company, actually we are selling more than three times more than few times, if we compare the same period.
Speaking of competition, we compared the performance of the G3 with the Nexus 5. Sure, the Nexus 5 is made by LG themselves, but the point we're trying to prove here is that software can actually make the phone a little slower. The G3 does not by any means feel slower. In fact, within applications, the G3 felt like the fastest phone we ever held. But the difference being in the native stock experience is always going to be faster. As you can see, the transitions from the applications to the home screen actually takes more time than it does on the Nexus 5. However, launching hardware-driven applications such as games and the camera app was on par or if not faster than the Nexus 5. The software UI on the LG G3 was very straightforward. LG has reduced the number of LG-specific bloatware kind of applications to a point where the applications from LG actually make sense. For example, all the note-taking applications have been consolidated into one experience, and this makes LG G3 a much better Android phone with a consistent experience. Another thing to love is LG allows you to uninstall its own applications if you want to. The idea is fantastic in a way that LG wants the user to have a much more deeper control. You can uninstall the applications you want to make space and make it a more Google phone if you want to. The G3 will be available in the region starting July of this year and an estimated price comparable to the Samsung Galaxy S5. For more information, specifications and opinions, check out TechView.me.